Hey, what's up? It's Darian here. It has been a while, a very long while since I've done a video. For reasons, I guess to be honest, I have not been doing all that well. But just navigating life as anybody else, we get really caught up and busy with so many different things, especially, us with BPD, we have lots of fun projects that we like to jump in and out of. And I like to think of my YouTube channel as a fun little project because it's something that I work on from time to time and it grows and it's meaningful. And really, one really cool thing that I'm starting to find out is that it helps because while I have been away and not making videos, I have been watching my videos and other people's videos. People who are dealing with BPD, people who are dealing with a lot of other things too, but for the most part, just people dealing is just the overall gist of the videos that I've been watching. And one thing that I noticed that was missing, and this is why I'm doing a video today, is um, a video about death and dying. And I know nobody really wants to talk about death and dying. I mean, we have so much life to live, but this past year with COVID and in my life personally, I've lost three people in this past year. I have lost, I'm sorry, three people. I don't know why I always say three people. I have lost three beings in my life. The first one to go was my Pomeranian Chihuahua. He was my best friend. He had been by my side for almost 10 years, and he died so suddenly and so abruptly. I still don't know what to do with it. I still have issues unpacking it. Um, the second to die was my grandmother, and the third to die was my nephew. So sudden and so swift, also. And that just happened about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago. With each death, I saw the same thing. I saw chaos, disorganization. I saw emotions that match the emotions that I have, emotions from other people that match the emotions that I have every single day. And I know that each person didn't expect to go, but us as adults and just as people in general, we need to be aware. It's good to be mindful about death, about the fact that like it could happen at any given moment. To not be mindful of that is kind of reckless in a sense. And if you're mindful of death and the possibility of death, you're more responsible. I feel in a sense you're more responsible with what you're doing with your time and with your life. And I know personally I've done things and taken steps to making my death easier on everyone else. And I know that sounds weird, but take a second to listen because there's a way we can all make our deaths easier on other people. The first thing you can do is get an advance directive taken care of. You can have it taken care of and sent to your primary physician, your spouse can have it taken care of. You both can have it taken care of for each other and have that given to your primary caregiver. Your advance directive is pretty much things that you would want to happen with your body if you were to die. Your advance directive would take care of all of those things. The things that people argue about most, the things that are hardest for people to deal with, are the things that your advance directive takes care of for you. You get to choose. You get to make those decisions. You get to choose if you're buried or if you're cremated. No one makes that decision for you. It's our decision to make. So, with that said, take care of your advance directive. There's also something called your 5 wishes. Of course, it could be more than 5 wishes. Now, this is something that you would take care of and possibly give it to a loved one who you would want to be responsible for something like that is that important. Or you could simply have it in a journal or a diary or something that someone can find, upon you dying and be able to take care of. So, for instance, in my 5 wishes, I would put as one of my wishes, um, to be, I would put to be in an urn, like part of me in an urn next to my dog. Like, specifically, like in my advance directive, it would say I want to be cremated already. But in my 5 wishes, I would put something like I want to be next to my dog, King. My dog King. I have his urn. I personally would want my urn to be next to his urn. There's things like that. Um, and there's just also like, I don't know, mending bridges, which is something I've recently done. I reconnected with some friends back in California, and I just went to visit there not too long ago, and I mended some bridges that I thought were never going to be mended. So another thing I would recommend is squash old beefs. I mean, you never know when someone's just going to be gone, and if you're fighting with them over something that's solvable, or I don't know, that has been lessened by time, and that really isn't that big of a deal when you think about the whole of things. So those are just some good ideas. But I think the most important thing is to just be mindful. Not too mindful to where it worries you to death, literally worries you to death, but just mindful enough to where you make the right decisions, or at least you try to make the right decisions, because life is short and we never know. With that, I am going to sign off. I will make it a thing to do another video very soon and talk about actual borderline related topics. Thank you.